38
This call is
members.
now being recorded.
Yes, so it's being recorded now. And I think we have 38 members and still people are joining. Fine, fine. So let me share the screen and we'll start and jump into this directly. Okay. So by the way, who has just joined now today? I'm Mohammed Shafiq. You can call me Shafiq. And yes, I'm your IELTS trainer. So I'm sharing the screen now. So those who have just joined today also no issues. Yes, so you can actually, go through IELTS. IELTS writing is all about, task 2 is all about essays, right? So no worries. Okay. So those who have just joined today, task 2 is for 40 minutes and you need to write 250 words. Okay. So today is session 3. We are going to discuss about agree and disagree. Okay, so this is our essay type where you need to agree or disagree, whatever is your opinion. So what I always say is, whatever your opinion is, you're going to write onto the or about the topic. Okay, so even if it's if you agree on the topic or you disagree on the topic, it depends upon you, right? So yes. So the argument here is, some people argue that capital punishment is good for a country. Okay, to what extent do you agree or disagree? So if it says, please write both the advantage and disadvantages of it, then you won't have your opinion here. But end of the day, whatever knowledge you have, you're going to write. But here in the thesis statement, you're not going to write according to me, in my opinion. Even if you want to write, also you can write it. But to uh, to answer to this question, definitely you should say, like, to what extent do you agree or disagree? To this question, you need to say whether you completely agree to the above given statement, or or you completely disagree, or you partially agree. Even you can say that too. Okay, so to what extent is what the question is, right? So that has to be answered, guys. So every part of the question has to be answered, and in the introduction itself you're going to answer it. So what is introduction again? Those who have just joined, introduction is paraphrasing the question plus thesis statement, and also giving an outline to what you're going to write in the upcoming paragraphs. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to disturb you.
No
Uh,
problem.
Sir, Achint is asking a question.
Okay, sir, we have not discussed about pattern of module along with errors to avoid. Okay, for example, where to use capital letters, etc. Okay, so yes, capital letters. I think everyone has like in the schooling itself, we know where to use capital letters, right? When you start a sentence, for example, when you start a sentence, if this is a sentence, or this is a sentence, some people, right? Some S should be capital, isn't it? And all the proper nouns, guys, all the proper nouns in the sense, name of a place, Hyderabad, Vishakhapatnam, Delhi. Okay, all these are proper nouns, right? So for all those things, you need to write capital letters, and also after the full stop. For example, if you can see here, after full stop, again capitals you need to write. If that is the question, yes, that is it. Okay, so be aware of where to write capital letters. But here in writing, you cannot write everything in blocks. Like someone asked me when we were doing reading and listening, right? Yes, in reading or listening. So someone asked me, can we write even writing also in block letters? No, writing module we cannot write everything in block, right? So you have to use capitals wherever it is required. So where are the capitals required? After a full stop, the starting of the sentence, all the proper nouns like name of a place, a person or a thing, right? Yes, all these things. So I believe I answered that question. Sir, what is thesis statement? Okay, yes, we are coming to it. So paraphrasing the question, So what will you do? You will write this question in your own words. That would be your first sentence in introduction. And second sentence would be thesis statement. So what is thesis statement? Thesis statement is nothing but whatever side you're going to take, or what do you think about the topic, is thesis statement. Okay. And then outline of the essay. What would be the outline? Outline would be something like, in this essay I'm going to talk about. Okay, so this is the starting of the outline of the essay. And what is thesis statement starting? In my opinion, according to me. Okay, so whatever the opinion is, you're posing your opinion there, right? So in my opinion, I don't agree completely on it. For example, you're saying that. That will be your thesis statement after paraphrasing the question. So first sentence in introduction would be paraphrasing the question. Second sentence would be thesis statement, like giving your opinion. And the next sentence and the last sentence would be something like outline. In this essay, I'm going to talk about both the pros and cons of capital punishment, something like that. Okay, so then in body paragraph you're going to discuss either agree or disagree. For example, you said something like, I completely I do not agree on this, in your thesis statement. So you're supporting, you're disagreeing about it, about the capital punishment. Okay, so then your body paragraph one would be starting with, first you're going to write about agreeing statement. I mean, agree in the sense, what are the pros and cons of it? Okay, or what is the reason actually? So here the reason would be like something like, you would say, okay, yes, maybe you agree to it, right? You can start with the argument like saying, effective ways to stop serious crimes in the country. If we give the capital punishment to that person, or if we keep that capital punishment going on, isn't it? Yes. Or if you say, will save the government's money in feeding the criminals for a longer period of time. Okay, you can say that too. Will prevent the criminals to commit a crime in the future if they are not killed. Okay, so what happens is sometimes, I mean, people think that, I mean, these are like very, very harsh, you might think, but when the crime is really harsh, very brutal, I think these points are quite, I mean, they are good to tell, right? We can justify it. But if you're disagreeing about it, killing a criminal will not give them a chance to get another chance at life. Or if you want to disagree, okay, capital punishment, or capital punishment is something which is like a sentence or a death punishment. Okay, yes. So killing a criminal would not be good. We should give it a chance to them to become a good person in their life. Okay. So capital punishment in case of false judgment can kill an innocent human. Okay. So yes, still it is proved. Sometimes it takes ages, isn't it, to prove a person he or she might be innocent. Both agreement and disagreement. So how will you write first body paragraph? If you really agree, you can start writing, yes, I agree that a capital punishment should be there. Okay, and the same supporting sentence should be, in addition, you're going to talk about few more things. Okay, first reason you'll give, then with that reason, what you'll do is, yes, with that reason, you're going to give a statement. For example, first you're going to state that yes, capital punishment should be there. You agreed to it, and then explain the reason why the capital punishment should be there, and give an example to justify your above point. Like you given a reason, right? Again, an example, then show result of this reason. So in body paragraph, if you are agreeing, you will write the agreement by explaining and giving example and showing the result. Okay. Yes. One second. Give me one second, guys. Yeah, sorry. Yes. So you're going to write the statement, like giving the reason, and then explain it and give a good example to it, and then the result to it. Whatever the result will happen about it. Okay, even if you agree or disagree. So the first statement or the first paragraph would be introduction. So first para, you would actually convert into your own words, right? So here are some keywords. I want everyone to construct a introduction. By now, you know how to give an introduction, right? So I want everyone to give the first statement, second statement, and third statement in introduction. So, what is the first statement? First statement is all about paraphrasing the question, thesis statement, and then outline of the essay. So, here are some points or keywords to change word by word also. Or if you really are good at changing, I mean, paraphrasing the question, you can change it by yourself. Let's see how would you do. Yes, someone asked, do we have to change paragraph between introduction and the body paragraphs? Yes, you need to have four paragraphs. I know it's your first day, you might have so many questions. So it should be minimum four paragraphs. First should be introduction, then body paragraph one, explaining about the argument, or if you're agreeing, then another agreeing statement, or the second statement you're going to write it in body paragraph 2, and then here you're going to write conclusion also. Okay, so you, while doing a little summary, you'll do the conclusion also, but first we'll go with introduction. I want three sentences in introduction, minimum three sentences. Okay, yes. Can you all please type it in the chat box? Your answer should be in your chat box. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes. See, for some country, or sorry, for some people is given few individuals, or few people, or few humans. I'm sorry, few humans would be a little vague. Few persons, okay, or few individuals you can start with. Okay, for argue, insist, or believe, capital punishment, obviously death penalty, death warrant, execution. Instead of good, you can use correct or better, country. So that would be the first statement. Sir, if we agree till the last, okay, till the last to be, okay, yes. Till the last, do we need to agree only, or yes, if you agree in your thesis statement, I completely agree, then definitely you're going to write the agreeing statements only. Okay. Yes, if you want to take the both sides, you can say in your thesis statement, I partially agree with it. That means you're going to write even both agree and disagree. Agree would be, you can take agree as your first body paragraph and disagree as your first body paragraph, second body paragraph. Okay. So taking both sides, it is little, you need to be very careful. Okay. So taking a single side, it will make your life easier in IELTS, right? So I always suggest students to take one side and completely write about it, and take a side um, which gives you more points to write. Okay, that is mind mapping, right? So once you mind map only, you can start writing. So that at that time only you will decide which side you're going to take and do it. But it's better always to take one side. Yes, Shubham has already given his introduction. Many individuals think that death penalty is better for a nation. Okay, in my opinion, I am totally okay. In my opinion, I totally agree. It's not I am. I totally agree with this notion. for many reasons. Okay, it's not I am, it's I. Good, no problem. See, all you need to do is before submitting the answer, not only here to me, even in the real time examination, also before submitting the answer, before giving the paper, read, proofread. That will actually give you a good band score because you're eliminating your own mistakes. Yes, Shubham, good one, good introduction. But you can also add one more point by saying that in this upcoming essay, I'm going to talk about blah blah blah. Okay, so that would be your outline of the essay, right? So what you're going to talk about, a little introduction about your body paragraph and body paragraph one or body paragraph two. Yes, good. Okay, Vardhan has given the question of whether special punishment is beneficial for a nation has sparked debates among individuals. Oh, great. In my opinion, I finally disagree with the notion that the death penalty brings advantages to a country. Okay, you disagree. Instead, I believe it creates a cycle of violence and poses significant human rights concern that outweigh any potential advantages. Good one. Vardhan, it is a good introduction. Okay, Ravi Teja, nowadays certain persons believe that death sentence is better for a nation. Mhm. I completely agree because once, okay, instead of saying nowadays, you can write something like certain individuals. Okay, that would be better. Certain individuals believe that death sentence is better for a nation. I completely agree with because once a criminal changes his mind, okay, once a criminal changes his mind, then he will see the world in a new way. Okay, so we need to avoid the death. Okay, okay. So we need to avoid the death penalty or death sentence for individual criminals with low crime rate. Okay. Usually, capital punishments are given who uh, who do brutal crime, right? Who does brutal crimes. So for them, it is there. So low crime rate. I mean, if the crime belongs to a lower level, definitely they'll do it. Okay, good one by the way, Ravi Teja. Okay, Imran. Iram has said, "Sir, can we use templates for writing essay? What kind of templates you want to use, Iram?" So Jayendra is saying people consider capital punishment as better as one of the judicial systems of nation, where as some oppose it to other reasons. Very good. The both arguments are considered, and I feel it would be great development in the country's system. And my views are mentioned in future paragraphs. Very good, very good. Jayendra. Jayendra 197 Y1A 022 3. Okay. Yes. And then Krishna Kurana. In this contemporary era. Okay, why did you change some last time also? You're talking more about in this contemporary era. So change something because it is now monotonous, Krishna. Okay. So yes, crime is the big issue for every nation. Few people think death penalty is better way is a better way of punishing the criminals of punishment. It's not of punishment of punishing the criminals or okay that would be better of punishing the criminals. I totally agree with this statement because it has multiple benefits and others others can also learn lessons from their punishments. Okay. Okay. Totally accept it. But you need to change that punishing criminals. Okay, that you should change. Otherwise, it's fine. Then Madhu. In my perspective, I agree. Okay, in should be capital Madhu. If at all, if you really know it, it's fine. So I should be capital in. And also perspective, I agree. So I is also capital here. I agree with the statement capital punishment, with the statement that should be added, Madhu. That capital punishment to decline the crimes of in a country. Okay, so you need to work on your sentence structure, Madhu, again. Okay, in my perspective, I agree with the statement that capital punishment is necessary to decrease the crime in any country. This would be the better statement. Okay, then Jatin has said there are individuals who contend that capital punishment benefits a nation, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, after that, it got cut, I think. Okay, fine. So, more and more responses are coming. Krishna said, okay, okay, sir, thank you about what background line, what the background line. Okay, it's not suitable. So, you understand, right? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, fine. Because yesterday also I was like getting in contemporary law in this contemporary. That's the reason I said it's not that you should not use it. Yes. Um, I'll read Ramesh one. Okay, a few individuals insist that death penalty is correct for a nation. Okay. In my perspective. Okay, perspective spelling is wrong. Spellings are very important, Ramesh. Uh, in my perspective, in clear violation of international law and standards. Okay, people can. Okay, you need to correct that second sentence. I'm not sure. You need to construct it one more time. Okay. Yes, Ramesh. Then people can spend years on death row, not knowing when their time is up. Okay. But what is your argument here? You didn't tell that, Ramesh. Okay. So I'll read someone else's. Um, I'll read Amit's. Amit Kothapalli, right? So few people strongly believe that sentence to death of criminals is right for the farewell of a nation. Okay, I believe this is the right way to um, way for a step towards nation's progress. So right, two times you have used. Okay, try to change it to a different word. Okay, instead of right, you can say better way. Right. Okay. So monotonous is what the examiner doesn't like, or the one who corrects your paper. So right way, you can say a better way. Okay. Otherwise, it's fine. Okay, guys. So that is a very good response from everyone. I mean, most of you guys have done it really well. And let's go to the body paragraph one. Body paragraph one would be something related to your agreement or disagreement. So I'm just giving you few points on how, like, if you agree on it, you can write a body paragraph like this. Okay, giving your statement. Okay, and then giving some, yeah, then giving some example and explain the reason why you agree to it, and give some example and show a result to it. So I'll just show you one body. I mean, how to develop a body paragraph. Who has just joined today? You can state a reason like this by saying that the most compelling reason for holding, to my view, is that the death penalty is an effective like deterrent to serious crime. So what he's saying is one reason to it is it because it is a serious crime. Okay, that's what he's saying. In the same way, he's also saying the same point in another paraphrasing. Firstly, the government can save a lot of money. Okay, he's giving a reason actually. Okay, government can save a lot of money, which will be spent to feed the criminals in jails across the nations by awarding death sentence to serious criminals. isn't it? So what he's trying to do is like, instead of continuously feeding them till the death sentence, or till the crime is solved, or giving them more and more time, isn't it? So that will actually save his saying. Okay, so that one reason he's explaining it in this way. This is because it instills fear of carrying out serious crimes, as people would not want to lose their life as a result of that. So, for the first one, the most compelling reason holding my view is the death penalty is an effective deterrent to a serious crime. For that, he's explaining what it is. It gives fear, or it instills fear, in the sense it is in the minds we'll have that fear. That's what he's saying. Instills fear of carrying out serious crime. No one would try to uh, do any criminal activity, or to do any unauthorized things, isn't it? So would actually, obviously, every act, criminal act has a different thing, but the brutal ones, they will definitely not do it if they know that yes, someone might get a death penalty. Obviously, the crimes would not go up, the brutal crimes. Okay, so not to lose their life as a result of that. Okay, and is giving the explanation for this second point. See, firstly, the government can save a lot of money, which will be spent to feed the criminals in jails across the nation by avoiding death sentence. So, what is it? For that, he's explaining, if the judicial system awards the death penalty to serious criminals instead of long jail term, they wouldn't need to take care of serious criminals for a longer period. Okay, so if there is no need of making them sit in the jail and feeding them and all, so then the government can save a lot of money, because according to the second statement, it is waste of spending money on the um, hardcore criminals. Okay, the brutal criminals. So that is what he's saying. Okay, and for that, he's stating one example. See, for example, people who are thinking to murder, or people who are actually looking to murder or committing a violent act, will think twice before doing so. So he's also explaining here. So the reason for keeping this capital punishment is to, people would think, okay, before doing this murder or violent acts, they would think twice before doing it. That is what he's saying. And for the second for the second explanation, for the second statement, he's giving explanation here. Example also. For instance, the Indian government could save millions of rupees spent to take care of the individuals in jails across the nations by giving death sentences for serious crimes. So he completely these are all the statements, and which says he's agreeing with the capital punishment. The one who is agreeing with the capital punishment can all write this. Okay, then he's giving an explanation to the reason. As a result, this is not explanation, the result actually. As a result of this policy, crime rate would go down. So what will happen with all these things? The crime rate will go down. That is the main aim, right? So the result. So we are writing four sentences here in body paragraph 1 and 2 also. Statement saying that you agree, why you agree, explain the reason again why you agree, give the good example, and then show a result. That is what we did here, right? A result is, then the second result is, as a result of the policy, judicial system can award death sentence to serious criminals instead of long term sentence, and save a lot of government money. So here he's talking about money here. Okay, and here he's talking about crime rate will go down, right? He's talking about how can we reduce the crime rate. Yes. In body paragraph 2, okay, before going to body paragraph 2, you can, okay, I'll just explain body paragraph 2 also. Here also, the statement of the reason, whether you agree or disagree, and explain the reason, give the example, and show. So here in body paragraph 2, another reason, that means you're continuing it. You're not taking a disagreement, or you're not going to the against of what you have said in the thesis statement. You're just continuing. Okay. For example, you can also start in addition, another reason. Okay. Moreover, these are the words, power packing words, where it will show that exam, yes, this guy knows some of the like cohesive words, cohesive devices, we call it as. Okay. So if you start a sentence or your paragraph with a cohesive device, definitely that will give you a rich look. Okay. And also, yes, vocabulary is also checked. If you use really nice vocabulary and not monotonous vocabulary, definitely you'll get good band score. Another reason, for my opinion, for my or position, is that the government will be able to spend less money on keeping the criminal in prison. So it's again, it's talking about money, right? So less money. If the criminal is jailed for many years, for life, the government would need to pay the enormous expenses involved, such as cost of food and of for the prisoners, and the salaries of the prisoners or prison officers, those who are taking care of them, right? And sometimes even the medical facilities also. Everything is that comes under again money, right? Yes. So then, however, with the death sentence, the prisoner will spend less time in prison, and this would reduce the cost of imprisonment substantially. Okay, so that would be the paragraph 2, which is again adding some more points, but it all depends upon the same thing, right? Whatever your thesis statement is, why this capital punishment should be there, isn't it? So for this, you can also give a small conclusion to it. But before going to the conclusion, I want you to write one body paragraph one where you're supporting the statement. Okay, you where you agree upon it. Okay, so yes, you can use these things. I'll show you. Yes, from here you can also take a pic of it. You want what to write, what sentences to be written. So state the reason, explain the reason, give an example, and show the result. These are the four things, right? And then yes, you can use these sentences, but I want most of you to write in your own words. Okay, the time starts now. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Okay, if you agree, I mean, I want you to write agreeing statements. Yeah, Achinda Arora, definitely we are going to check. But in this in this session, it is not possible for everyone to check. But definitely, we have something called one-on-one sessions. So we'll be doing once you become a gold member, you will get it. So how to become a gold member and all? By the end of the call, you can ask a counselor or a moderator. Okay, ma'am can explain it to you. Yes. And definitely it depends upon how well you write, how well you present your argument here. And vocabulary is also very important, but doesn't mean that you're going to use high-end vocabulary. If you really know how to use high-end vocabulary, you can use it. Otherwise, even simple vocabulary with variation. Okay, that is what the examiner, one of the criterias, variation of vocabulary is what they require, they want in IELTS. Yes, topic knowledge is important, but how will you get that knowledge? Topic knowledge is when you read, again, when you go through different articles, when you read about things, when you know, when you hear, when you listen to documentaries, okay, then you know about the topic. So yes, definitely topic knowledge should be there, but in general again. So here, capital punishment law, no need to be a lawyer here. Okay, in general, whatever your opinion is as a public, as a as a normal person, what your opinion is, you're going to give here. The examiner is not going to uh, like completely check whether you are a law student, you're given it well. No, whatever you think, you can give it. is already MD uh, Kalandar has given. In addition, the criminals who intend. Okay, why did you add in addition, buddy? MD Kalandar? Because if you're giving the second reason in the body paragraph 2, then in addition should be given. In addition, moreover. But when you're starting the body paragraph 1, you can start just like that. You can start by saying, like, one of the reasons is you can start, or you can start. Firstly, I would like to talk about. Okay, you can say that too. Okay, and here also it's stated, right? The most compelling reason. You can just start like that. Okay. Firstly, secondly would be the second paragraph, or about the second statement, right? Or the second opinion, whatever you have. But first, when you start, in addition should not be written. Then, criminals who intend to commit more serious crimes would hold themselves back due to fear of losing their lives if they go on and commit the crime. Thus, it drastically reduces the crime rate. Okay, good one. Only you need to change is the in addition thing, calendar. Otherwise, it's fine. So, yes, good one, calendar. So, I want others also to type Krishna. Okay. Suppose, sir, if I am totally, if I totally agree, then we can discuss only agree points to make any paragraph for disagree. So, if you agree, obviously you're going to write all the agreeing statements. Okay. So whatever you submit in your thesis statement, according to it, you're going to go. So now we are only discussing agreeing. Okay. If you disagree, you can write some of the points which are given here, right? If you disagree, you can write saying killing a criminal would never give a chance to them, blah blah blah. Capital punishment in case of false judgment can kill an innocent. Okay. So if you're disagreeing, you can give two statements like this. Okay, you can give a statement like this and talk about it in the first body paragraph. And you can give in the second statement in the second body paragraph, and you can talk about it, giving example, blah 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 blah. Then it is done. Okay. So Vardhan has given. Okay. Supporters of capital punishment argue that it serves as a warning to potential criminals. The fear of the capital punishment may prevent individuals from committing heinous crimes, okay, thus reducing the crime rate and creating a safer society. Moreover, the death penalty serves as a form of justice for the victims and their families. Very good. It provides a sense of closure to those affected by the actions of the culprit. Okay, good. You have a lot of vocabulary to show off. Okay, I mean, obviously, you need to do it. That is what you have done. Yeah, you have done a great job. You need to show the examiner that I know this vocabulary. I know the variation of vocabulary, so that uh, the examiner could give a nice band score. Yes. Then Krishna said, "Sir, what is the main difference between to what extent do you agree or disagree essay, or do you agree or disagree?" Yes, there's a difference, right? To what extent? I completely agree. I completely disagree. I partially agree also. You can write for the to what extent. Do you agree or disagree? Simple, right? I totally agree with the statement. Okay. So moreover, end of the day, you are going to write agree or disagree only. Even if you say partially agree and disagree, right? So only the partially thing only, like partially, if you say partially, then you have to give both sides justification. So that's what I told in the before thing, right? Don't give partially thing. It's better you take one side and jump into it and give nice explanation. That's it. Okay. Jayendra has given the death penalty is efficient to the certain crimes, efficient to the certain crimes where the stakes and the consequences are high. Implementing such punishments might kill the motive of the criminal. Okay, and it makes him reconsider himself before committing such acts. Thus, the serious crimes can be decreased. Okay, okay. Implementing such punishments might kill the motive of the criminal. So punishments, right? Punishments is plural. So verb kill should be singular here. I mean, should without s. Okay. So that is a little grammar mistake, but it's fine. It's better you avoid that. Subject verb agreements are also important. Kill the motive of the criminal, and it makes him reconsider himself before committing. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Yes, it's good, Jayendra. So, any more answers, guys, for agreeing statement? I know you have those sentences before you. So all you need is you need to inculcate your own ideas and make a beautiful sentence and give a body paragraph one for agreeing. Okay. Any more answers for agreeing? Death penalty prevents a potential offender to commit a crime which could lead them to capital punishment through law and order. A nation could maintain harmony among citizens. However, very good. However, some criminals, there should be an exemption for those mentally unstable who might not intend to engage in an offense. Yes. So this comes under partial agreement. Okay, you partially agree. So you completely agree, but sometimes you just wanted to talk about the other side of it, right? Um, Mahdi Rahmani, yes. Mr. Rahmani, Mahdi Rahmani, yes. Good one. Then, okay. So, Mahdi Rahmani's answer would be partially agreeing. Okay, that would be the better example for it. Partial agreement. Okay. Vardhan is saying, sir, can we make up fake ideas to support our reasoning, like give out bogus data, statistic? Definitely, guys. It's all in your in your hand. You can give any data, anything. Exam is not going to go into the intellectuality of the writings or the whatever you're writing. Okay, even in speaking also the examiner is not going to check the like whether you're saying it true or not. In the same way, writing also, the data and all, yes, you can make up, you can do a little bluff. Okay, don't bluff so much that it is not at all unreal. Okay, but if you want to say something which is, yes, not true also, yes, you can do it. Okay, because if you're getting more points on it, yes, you can bluff it. What is the big deal? The examiner is not going to check anything. Okay, whether you're saying true or not. It that goes for even speaking also. Once we do speaking, I'll tell you those. Okay. Yes. Yes. Now I want you to give a disagreeing statement. Yes, Krishna Purana also has given. Very good. To commence with the capital punishment. So, other guys, please give a disagreement paragraph. I want you to give a disagreement paragraph by saying these things and write it in these four sentences. State the reason why you disagree, explain, give a good example, and show the result. Okay. So, I'm giving you a little, yeah, some hints to it. You can go for it. So let me read Krishna's. To commence with, capital punishment helps to improve the economy. Okay. Huge amount of money spent on jails, on jails to feed. It's not in on jails to feed criminals. Okay. So it's it's incomplete. The second sentence is huge amount of money spend. It's not spend. It's spent. T should be there. Money spent on jails to feed the criminals can be saved. You can complete it by saying that. Then Krishna, you can also say, okay, even though it cannot improve them and change their behavior. So it is better to give strict death punishment to them. Okay, okay, okay. So even though it cannot improve, okay. So you're disagreeing. You already wrote about it. Huh? I mean, sorry, agreeing that some people will not change at all. That is what you're saying, right? Yes. So capital punishment should be there. Okay. Only the second sentence you need to change a little bit. Otherwise, yes, your agreement is good. So now start writing about disagreement. Why you don't want the capital punishment to be um, there in the country or in any country, or the death penalty law should not be there or should not be given. Okay. So I'm giving you 5 minutes. Please type your answers with further disagreement thing. Okay. So can you use these hints, these two hints, to write? Even though people have written on agreement, please you can write it on disagreement also. Please do it. So for disagreement also, we need 4 sentences. You can start saying, so I'm giving you 5 minutes. You can answer it. Okay, we also have to discuss on both the views, guys. Um, yes, someone has given the answer. Moreover, certain criminals might grieve or repent for their crimes and would construct a better life for themselves while showing remorse. Very good. In my opinion, there should be an addition of law which could give them a chance to alter for betterment. Okay, very good, awesome. Uh, the vocab here where I can say for Madhya Rahman is the remorse, betterment, repents, All these are great vocabulary. Simple but great, right? Yes. Good job. Then Amit is saying capital punishment violates the fundamental human rights. Yes, very good. I contend that every individual possesses an inherent right to life. Okay, inherent right to live. Also, you can say, regardless of their actions. Yes, very good. Additionally, capital punishment carries the risk of wrongful convictions. Very good. Wrongful convictions. Very good. Very awesome. Which could lead to the irreversible loss of innocent lives. The moral and ethical implications of executing individuals also spark concerns. Flawed systems, judiciary system. Very good, awesome, good vocab usage. The good vocab in your in Amit's Kotapalli is fundamental human rights. That's a good phrase. And inherent. Then regardless is a great vocab. Okay, wrongful convictions is a good phrase. Okay, then irreversible and ethical implications. Very good. Spark concerns. Good guy. Yes, guys, you can actually write down these all words. These are really good vocab where you can attract the examiners or the one who's correcting your paper, right? That examiner's attention. So Ramesh is saying, sir, suggest me how to improve framing a sentence. Definitely, Ramesh. So we have one-to-one sessions where we extensively work on these things. But for sentence improvement, I ask you to read a lot again. Read when you read, then you can construct sentences. Okay. So sentences are of three types. One is simple sentence, complex and compound sentence. All the three type of sentences you need to write. So what is a simple sentence? What is a compound sentence? And what is a complex sentence? If you know these things, Ramesh, definitely you can actually develop sentence really well. So what you'll do is I'll give you a hint here. Uh, Learn simple sentence, a compound sentence, and complex sentence. How will you learn? Just Google it. What is a simple sentence? What is a compound sentence? Examples will be given there. Okay, just learn those things. That will actually improve. But yes, when you write and submit it to me, then the one-to-one sessions, we can correct more. We can give you the feedback in a effective manner. Okay, that is one suggestion I can give. But if you want to improve by yourself, yes, you can get to know about these three types of sentences: simple, compound, and complex. Okay, yes. But end of the day, someone should be there to correct it. Okay, guys. So we'll discuss about the views very quickly. I might not be able to read a few others who have posed the answer. Yes. Okay. How will you discuss both the views? Okay. Before that, we'll do the conclusion part also. I don't want to leave it. Okay. So the conclusion would be, I totally agree when you agree it, right? When you agree in the thesis statement, right? So whatever you do it in the thesis statement, you're going to reflect here, isn't it? Whatever you've written in the thesis statement, your conclusion should also be in that way. Otherwise, you said something in thesis statement and you're saying something in conclusion. So that wouldn't go hand in hand, right? So then the examiner would not give you good marks. That means he would say you are confused. Okay. Yes. In conclusion, I totally agree with the opinion that sentencing serious criminals to death is beneficial for countries. This is because it is a deterrent effect and it is ability to save the government a lot of money. So another conclusion is, in conclusion, I totally agree with the opinion that sentencing serious criminals to death is beneficial for countries since this would scare potential criminals and save a lot of money for the nation's government, for the nation's government or the for the government. Okay, again, nation's government is not required. And give the recommendation in the last part of the conclusion paragraph, something like, given this situation, it is recommended that governments around the world should think about implementing this form of punishment. Okay, it's my hope to see the see this implement in judicial systems across the world. Something some personal touch you're giving here. Last sentence in a conclusion. Okay. Yes. So what are both views here? So let's see how you can talk about both the views. Okay. So some people believe that the best way to control accidents on city streets is to lower the speed limit. But others think there are more important issues that needed attention or that needs attention before roads can be safe. So it is like one view is like talking about the things. I mean uh, city limits, and I mean lower the speed limits, and another thing is there are other issues. Why doesn't the government take care of, right? So yes, both the views. These are the type of questions where you have to submit both the views. So discuss both the views and give your opinion. So there is no choice of yours here. So how will you discuss both the views? In first obviously you'll give the introduction, you'll take a side, but here in body paragraph, what you'll do is gives first viewpoint, discuss why some people might hold this view, and give an example. In second body paragraph, you will also give a viewpoint and discuss some people might hold this, like give an example to it. Okay. And so the other viewpoint you're going to give it in the second body paragraph. If you want to extend the second body paragraph, you have more points, you can write a body paragraph 3. Okay. Yes, and supporting an example. So always when you give examples, so your word limit will be more. So in body paragraphs, please extend your examples, give your examples, and that will actually give you more than 250 words. And conclusion. So let's see how it is. So first viewpoint would be something like low speed limits will control vehicle speeds and leads to less accidents. Okay. Then another point to it is cars high speed end up with excessive damage in accidents as compared to slow cars. So it's talking about slow cars here. Again, another viewpoint to it, which is the major reason is distraction from driver phones that leads to accidents. Roads with more speed breakers can lead to lesser accidents. So these are all again how accidents are occurred. Okay. So you will write the introduction something like this, something like few individuals again believe that road accidents happen, or road accidents nowadays are happening because of the carelessness of the individuals, or or the important key, or the attention for attention is giving focus, right? So you can write something like this where you can say some people believe that best way to address this problem is to reduce the speed limit on city streets, while others disagree that there are more pressing the issue that need to be addressed to keep people safe. So there are other issues also apart from the speed limit thing. So it's talking about the other issue also here. While some people argue that the best way to limit accidents on roads is to reduce the speed limit. It is the same thing, which is told in a different paraphrasing. Others take the view that focusing on the other pressing issue is more uh, help, helpful in controlling the accidents, right? Then your thesis statement would be state the opinion by favoring one viewpoint over the other. So you would say that you would take a side here. For example, although speeding is an issue, I agree that more needs to be, or the one needs to be done to ensure that every one can travel without fear. Okay. In my opinion, it is better to focus on other pressing ideas. Sorry. Better to focus on other pressing ideas or other issues to make city roads safe instead of focusing on the speed limit. So he's just saying road should be good, and speed limit need not to be taken care of. So it depends again what you think of. End of the day, it is your opinion, right? You can write both, even if the roads are really really nice. If the speed limit is not controlled and people don't follow traffic rules, definitely accidents are going to happen, right? So it depends upon your opinion. These are all just views, both the views. Okay. So here he's giving his viewpoint here. There are some of there are some that see that spending as the main reason, or sorry, the speeding is the main reason why people are involved in motor vehicle accidents, and think that driving slower would solve the problem. Okay, so he's giving an viewpoint here, like giving some suggestion kind of thing. Driving slow can solve this problem, something that. On the other side, okay, on the other side of the argument, or however you can say that too, there are people who hold the opinion that higher speed limits leads to a lot of accidents, and reducing the speed limits would solve the problem. So again, the same thing actually. Okay, so whatever is said here, the speed limit can solve the problem, right? That is what he's saying here. And discuss why some people might hold this view. So indeed, if people maintain a safe speed limit throughout the city, the risk of frequency of traffic accidents would clearly be reduced. As the faster a car travels, the more damage it does. So it's talking about the speed. If someone is maintaining a high speed, the damage is more. See, accidents anyways, some or the other, some way or the other, it happens, is saying. But if someone is driving slow, the damage is less. That's what is supporting an argument here. Then the most compelling reason to believe that this is that to reduce speed limits will push the drivers to drive the car slowly. Obviously, as a result, the drivers get enough time to sense the danger and avoid the potential accident. And also, you can talk about something related to law. If the speed limits are kept and speed checks are kept, people also can. I mean, people might be afraid to pay the fines and or these things, so that the government should come up with more and more like views how to avoid these accidents. So you can talk about that too. Yes, if the greater the fine is, people will be afraid again, right? Yes. So another viewpoint is it is an example to the viewpoint again. Many cities around the world, for example, many cities around the world adopt very low speed limits over the last decades, and there is some evidence that there have been fewer incidents and far fewer serious accidents within the city limit. So here is giving some kind of data, like someone asked me, right? Sir, can we give some data? You can also name a city also. Okay. Okay. A city like Hyderabad, where now people are coming up with this thing that speed limits to be maintained and all. And also, there are more, what do you call, metros coming up, to reach to the every part of the city. These things will avoid accidents. Okay. So whatever you write, you can write in your own words. Okay. Then, for example, he's telling the same thing. Okay. Okay. So in body paragraph 2, he's giving a different viewpoints here. However, there are others who would say that the problem is more about people driving while distracted. Okay, driving while distracted. That heavy penalties to address this issue would be more effective in improving the situation. So it's not only about the speed limit; it is also about people who are distracted, or sometimes people even drink and drive, right? So that is something they are doing intentionally, isn't it? People know that we should not drink and drive, but they do it, right? So that is something. Okay. On the other hand, it is argued that drivers are getting distracted with gadgets while driving and heavy penalties. So he's talking about the gadgets again. So distraction can be of different kinds, gadgets and like talking more, or keeping the volume high within the vehicle and not knowing what is happening outside also is like very, it's not good, isn't it? So distractions, we need to be away from the distractions. People start avoiding the distractions, isn't it? Yes, when they drive. And then discuss why some people might hold this view. So you're going to discuss why it is hard not to notice that many drivers are looking down at their phones and not at the road while driving. So he's giving the explanation to it in the body paragraph too. An example also. See, the danger of not paying attention to the obvious are obvious. In fact, the number one cause for the traffic accidents in recent times is reported to be distraction, as people text or email while doing it. So email is, I'm not sure, but they text a lot. Okay, not watching what they're going through. Yes. So we'll see the conclusion. It's So what conclusion is given is to this two type of I mean both the view essays. In conclusion, limiting the accidents on city streets is important and can be achieved by reducing speed limits as well as eliminating distractions. So he's supporting both the views, isn't it? Yes, the same thing is again said in the same. Okay. Then and a small opinion for the in the conclusion. If the proper funding is given to law enforcement to catch and punish those who break safe driving laws, then city dwellers will feel more at ease on the roads. So when government steps in and the law when the offenders get punished, right? So and show them that yes, what this is what happens when you break law. I mean break the signals and do not follow these things, proper driving skills, proper driving etiquettes. I mean, okay, then there is a serious punishment. If this is shown, definitely people will be aware of things, right? People will be at ease. Okay, it is good and safe to go on a road. Nowadays, we sometimes we start from home thinking that okay, oh my gosh, there's huge traffic and how the roads will be and all, and even if it rains also we are very scared nowadays, right? How it will be, isn't it? Sometimes it's kids and all if you're going in a two-wheeler. So yeah, but by the end of the day, what you need to do is you need to give your opinion. So if you write a beautiful essay and submit it there, definitely 7+ bands are in your pocket, but without errors. Okay, so the errors would be spelling mistakes you need to avoid, and little grammatical errors, obviously like subject verb agreements and all. Okay, and sentence construction should be proper. Whether you're constructing a sentence, but it doesn't mean something, or you're missing some part of it. So for all these things to avoid, please proofread. Okay. So any questions, guys? Sir, can we give our own example? Yes, definitely. You have to give your own examples, life example. For example, you're talking about an accident, something happened because of this, because of distraction. One of my friend, because of distraction, this thing happened and he was in hospital for many, many a days. And it is a great, uh, I mean, it's good that he got saved somehow with minimum or minor injuries. But then that too, it was like he was bedridden for a few months. So you can give like these kind of examples, so that will actually will give a, but don't again write the entire story in one paragraph. Okay, so the example should be again short and crisp, that yes, the examiner will understand. Okay, he has given an example. Okay. Yes, can we need okay, can we need make three body? Yes, you can do three body paragraphs. Yes, if you have more and more points to talk about, you can do it. One okay, one is for one view and second for opposite, and third is for opinion. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. But it's better you write it in four paragraphs if you have more and more points for the upcoming paragraph. So it says, for example, you wrote the opposite viewpoint in the second body paragraph. So you're extending that to it. That can be the third body paragraph. It's not like again you're going back to first viewpoint, right? So you're extending that. So if you want to write more and you have more points to tell, then you can always go for a third body paragraph. Otherwise, two body paragraphs, introduction and conclusion is fine. Okay. Yes. So here are some essays. Like, see, discuss both the views will be these kind of questions. Okay. Some people prefer to provide help and support directly to those in need. Others, however, prefer to give money to national and international charitable organizations. So, what is your view? And you need to give opinions on both of it again. Okay. So these are the types of essays we discussed. One is both the views and agree and disagree. Right? Yes. So, any questions, guys? That's all for today, and see you tomorrow with a different session. I mean, third session. This is today's third session. Tomorrow is fourth session. Thank you, and have a great evening. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.